Does an import dog necessarily mean it's a better dog than an American dog?
Never.
Yeah,
It never does.
right.
Um, we can look at the pros and the cons when you talking about import dogs. I look at it like this. If I'm going to import a dog, I may import a dog from a lion that I've been following for maybe 10 or 15 years that may have some ancestors related to the dog that I want to breed it to, the dogs that I'm going to breed it to, or it may not. And it's like bringing in outside blood, but good genetics to the dog to get something fresh and new, especially if I'm breeding like I breed a family of dogs. So I line breed my dogs on a family of dogs. And then if I want to outcross, maybe I import a dog and bring it back in. But that's not really important to me these days because there's a lot of good dogs right here in America. So that's not really important to me about imported dog. Now, yeah, I imported dogs over two decades ago and started my line. But I also used those dogs into the existing dogs that I had already and created a family of dogs from those strains.
Yes, sir.
So to me, you know, that's only important to certain people. Now you got naive people that's out there that knows nothing about dogs. They're reading books, they're reading these chat boards or whatever, and it sounds good when you don't know nothing about no dogs. When somebody say, "Oh, all this imported," you think your dog better. You know, it was something when I was coming up. You import a dog, that means you bought a dog a million miles away, and you can't get your money back if it ain't no good.
Yeah.
And these people sometimes sell you their garbage. Not all the time, but if you don't have no relationship with them and they don't know you, they gonna give you what they want you to have. That's like me and you started, or you and I will be politically correct. For those who are saying I need to be politically correct, you and I would start a business, and we're breeding race horses. We got the secretary himself, the secretariat. Are you and I gonna sell secretary to somebody in a foreign country? Hell no.
No.
We damn near don't.
Why would I let my best
No.
go?
Are we going? We don't really want them to have a son of secretary if we racing and betting money.
If I'm competing, hell no. Yeah.
So why do they want you to have their great imported dog? They don't. The Dutch people are the people that I deal with in the KNPV. And of course, I hate to say it like this, but they run their game and they want to be in control of the game. Because if you're not in control of the wheel, then you don't make the revenue. So it's all about money. It's all about prestigious status. So they're going to give you that. They're going to give you American that. No, they're not. They're not.
Right. Yeah. Well, and within a lot of breeds, you hear import lines, import. And I know how we discussed about the champion lines and saying that it was back there with Abe Lincoln, when it was a champion. But to me, it seems as though breeders are using things as sales pitch.
It is a sales pitch because I said it to you. I didn't say it that way, but I said it to you earlier. I said a person, get online, you see a flyer, imported father from Czechoslovakia, imported dam from the Netherlands, from Pakistan. Now you think your shit better. You think, well, I hate it. Well, just bleep, bleep. You think your dog better. So you think you got this great dog just because he imported.
Yeah.
But far as me as a breeder, I import a dog, and if I don't know nothing about him, when I breed him, how I know what kind of puppies he produce?
Right.
I don't know that until I breed him to 2 or 3 sisters, or auntie, and some other bloodlines and other dogs, and then I begin to get a similarity of how he produces.
watch the dogs grow up.
Yeah,
how they
yeah.
act.
You gotta watch. You gotta keep the puppies and watch them for a while. You gotta train them to know. You gotta keep your son and raise up to be 3, 4 years old, so you know what stages of life they became mature enough to handle stress and pressure, and how they perform under extreme stress and under extreme pressure. That's the reason I love the line that I have, because I already know them. And then when I breed them to outside dogs, I could tell immediately that those puppies are not as driving as those, and they're not as hard as these. They do possess the smarts for obedience, but they don't show the extreme silver drive or this or that. And I'd be like, I'm not gonna breed that again. It was okay for certain people, because those dogs can. Certain people deserve certain dogs. Like some people can't handle a hard dog like us, who've been in it for a while and training dogs and looking for a lot more. Officer, somebody who's looking for an elite dog out there on the street, but somebody who's 70 years old and just want their last perfect dog. Now, the dog not as strong as those dogs, headstrong, do good for them because he's more obedient, because he's softer.
Right.
He's going to be more obedient. A harder dog going to be hard head. He's not going to listen without tools, e-collars, and a team of people helping you shape those behaviors. You know, you're going to get a lot of dogs like that if you use good dogs, and people can't. What I'm saying is every client ain't built for that kind of dog. They all think they need that, but they ain't for that.
No. Yeah.
And so you got to be their ears, and you got to be a good broker for them, not just being a breeder. You got to be a good broker because you want to give them what their buck pays and make them happy at the same time.